Did you quit too early? Did you give up before you had a chance to see the fruit? That's just a question. Did you give up before you had a chance to see the fruit? School got hard, the apprenticeship got hard, things got crazy, and you said, you know what? I know this is what I want to do, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop out because I can't do this right now. But now you sit up every single night hoping, wishing, and dreaming that the stars will align again so that you can go back and do the one thing that you are truly passionate about. That's what happened. You gave up too early, and now you're singing the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Listen, if nobody's ever told you this, everything that comes with success comes on the back end of a very, very, very hard grind. It just does. Comes on the back end of a very, very hard grind. Right? I don't know what else to tell you, but this is the reality. This is the reality. Right? And it may not have been school. Did you give up in the shop? You were here for a little bit, and it was a year, and you didn't hit $100,000 in your first year, so you're like, man, I'm going back to what I was doing before. Well, did you see it through? Have you ever been told, forced, or made to see something through to the end? And if you have, can I ask you a question? Did it break you? Was it not worth it in the end? Did you not learn something? Did you not feel accomplished when you achieved whatever it was? I can tell you right now, for me, nothing came easy. Nothing came easy. Nothing. Everything I did, I have had to put in a tremendous amount of work. A tremendous amount of work. I outworked everyone around me. When I decided to open up the Band of Barbers Academy, I had to make a shift. So for those who were trying to watch what I was doing, I couldn't cut as much hair as had been cutting before. I was writing a curriculum and coming up with forms and coming up with plans and dealing with the state and doing this and doing this and doing that and doing this. That's no excuse, but I was doing work that most people weren't doing. Now, is that to brag? No. I'm telling you that my focus shifted. My focus shifted to this academy and to making it the best that I could possibly make it for the students who are entrusting me to educate them. And it took well over a year to get everything that I needed. But the inception the idea of the school, I've been working on I've been working on the things that needed to be done since before I actually had my license, because I knew the strong potential that I could have with this. I knew it. I knew exactly the potential of what's going on. And guess what, guys? I still haven't reached the potential. There's still work that has to be done. I'm getting this podcast out late to you guys tonight because I was actually working on some school stuff that needed to be done. And I decided to sit down and work on this stuff. And yes, I still getting today is what, 87? You're still getting podcast number 87. We still doing the work. We're still doing the work, does not stop. We were put here to create, not to just exist. Now you can agree with me or not, but in it, you're put here to create. And if you gave up too early and now you're upset about giving up, it's probably because now you're doing something that doesn't require you to create. It actually allows you to just exist. You don't even have to think, and it's frustrating. It is so frustrating for you. Right? So, I mean, guys, like, seriously, you gotta put, like, the idea that you can come into this industry, just walk into it, and in 3 months be the best is just unimaginable, in my opinion. If you hit it hard coming out of school, or you hit it hard coming out of school, you can have a pretty decent clientele in 3 months. I'm not gonna lie to you, but are you gonna understand everything that there is to know and understand about barbering? No. We talked about it. You haven't even seen your first trends yet. You don't know your up cycle and down cycle. You don't know, and I'm not talking bad about you when I say this, but you don't know what's going on. But you've got to put your head down, stay focused, keep moving, keep chugging along, and you're going to get to the point that you desire, but it's not going to be overnight. It is not going to be overnight. And I need you to just understand that. The whole idea of it just showing up overnight, like, you're an adult now. You didn't grow up overnight. Now, some people say it seems like yesterday that you was this little, but it wasn't yesterday. It's been 18 plus years that you had to do this. The success, like if you look at anybody's success story, it had a start. And where they started and where they are now, or where they finished, was not where they started. So keep moving, keep pushing. You'll figure it out. Get around some good people who are going to sow into your life, who are going to give you great information, who are going to push you to the next, get around those people. If they are not doing that, get away from them. If they're just pulling and draining and taking away from you, get away from them. Get away. I don't care who it is. If you feel like, oh, well, I got to deal with them because they family, then change the way you interact. Just like you do behind the chair, you set the rules of engagement. Oh, no, you don't understand. You're an adult. You set the rules of engagement. You set the rules of engagement and how you operate, how you move, how you deal with things, how you deal with this, you make those decisions. But for anything, like I'm just gonna tell you quit too early. You quit way too early. And if you're thinking about quitting, I want you to stop for just a second. Before you do that, and I want you to ask yourself, did I give everything I possibly could? Did I do everything in the book? Did I do everything in the videos that I was watching? Did I do everything to the letter of what they said? If the answer is no, then why would you quit? Because you looked for a formula. You looked for a formula, found the formula, said I like it, listened to the formula, and then when it came time to do it, you said, no, I'm not going to do that. Now you're about to quit. Make it make sense. You didn't even follow the information that you were looking for. That you found. You weren't even looking for. You didn't follow the information that you found. Guys, you understand I harp so much on fundamentals. Why? Because they're freaking important. They're so important. And you just have to understand, like, the fundamentals are so freaking important. And don't. You fell short probably because you skipped a step. Why are we in such a rush? Why are we in such a rush? Oh, well, you just don't understand. I understand that if you're rushing, and you're probably rushing a lot of other things in life, and I understand that rushing has probably gotten you nowhere, but heartache, headache, and pain. So now you've rushed into a situation, or you're trying to rush through something, and it's not giving you the results that you want. Surprise! Guess what? Slow down. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Period. I don't know what to tell you. But You know, that fast stuff, the fast life might work for a minute, but it's not going to work for everything. You, I, and everyone else knows that the fast life, the fast movement, and everything like that, it works until it doesn't. It's just it works till it doesn't. There's no other way to put it. Yeah, yeah. Again, if you're listening to this, why don't you ask yourself, did I quit too early? The answer is yes. Stop waiting for the stars online to get back into it. Do what you need to do. If you're thinking about quitting, I want you to go back. I want you to slow down for a minute and ask yourself, did I do everything that I needed to do? Because you don't want to live a life with regret for absolutely no reason. You understand? You just don't. You don't want to live with a life of regret for no reason. Why would you do that? Guys, this industry is great if you work it. Just like any other job. It works if you work it. Uh, anything you do works if you work it. So work it. Get back to it. Make it happen. Stay with it. Don't give up. Put your blinders on. Don't get distracted. Don't try to, oh, I need to. Listen, man. You can make as much or as little money as you want to behind the chair. You're in a decent sized city. You can make as much or as little money as you want to behind the chair. So I would suggest that you do the things to increase your income. Marketing, advertising, going out, handing out cards, shaking hands, kissing babies, figuring out what you can do. Go to churches, go to daycare, go anywhere that you can go to get new clientele. You got all your local places that you can hit, and then you go on social media. Is it really just don't quit, don't give up. And if you did and you're dreading the quit, you can always go back. You can always go back. And don't be so hard on yourself for quitting. You quit, that's fine, but you can always go back. The skill set is still there. Maybe a little rusty, but it's still there. So, again, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to this podcast. The Band of Barbers podcast. I really, really, like I always say, I really enjoy giving you guys this free game. Not charging for any of this. Most people aren't even going to talk like this. Most barbers aren't going to talk like this. They're not going to tell you the truth. If you enjoyed the content tonight, please like, comment, share, subscribe so we can grow the tribe. The band needs new members, right? The band needs new members. And it's up to you to share if you find value in this content. Thank you again, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.